This, you might be confused of. This is a vehicle that my grandpa has, and we call it.
I think on the mule. Yeah. I ride that thing before, so I hope I think so. Yeah. Texas Sunset by Naomi Pinson. It is 5:30, and the air started to cool. Skies are showing pink, so we run to the mill. I turn the key, and the motor starts to run. Soon we are down the road. The road. ROD or ROAD. I think that might be. And the bumps bring the fun. Oh wow, I like the rhyme here, so yeah.
Road.
Yeah.
Wait, what
Road
happened?
is spelled R-O.
What is spelled road?
Well, then why'd you spell it like that?
The road.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm gonna have to
well, it's okay.
apologize in advance for my phone.
Alright.
Same with mine.
Stop.
It's not well written. Don't spend a lot of time
No.
on it.
Well,
I
I don't
actually-
think we had.
Uh-huh.
So I did. There was a slight feeling of being rushed on this particular poem.
Sure.
Which I guess is just circumstantial, but
Yeah.
the other thing too is that I actually think I don't want to say too much, but I think my poem is actually pretty good. But for the circumstance we're in now, and serving as an example for the others, there were some things I did in this poem that
Personal feeling.
well, there are things that are personal, but they're also in the style in which I wrote it. I just finished reading all of Shakespeare's sonnets, so there's a lot of Old English,
Oh, it's okay.
and there's some big words too. And I know you don't like either. of
No,
those
no,
things.
no. We can put out with that for a while.
I'm just apologizing
I'm
for that.
joking.
It's a little obscure.
I'm
but
joking. No, it's
It is
good.
what it is. I
Okay.
guess.
Let me finish reading, Naomi. So up and down we go till we come to a stop. The quietness brings peace, and the colors just pop. Well, I like the rhyme. You're pretty good
I was
with
kind of
that.
surprised that I was able to get that done in like an
Yeah.
hour, but
Yeah. Well, here's a rhyme. It's a rhyme word. I'm right. A rhyme poem. So let Noah read it. So he will really appreciate it.
Texas sunset.
so I'm America. It's kind of fun and simple.
It's 5:30.
So that way you got did.
starts
Ride
to
the mill
cool.
around.
Yeah,
Okay, that's fun.
I told him what that was.
The skies, that would be SKIES, are showing pink. So we run to the mule. I turn the key and the motor starts to run. Soon we are down the road and the bumps bring the fun. That's funny. This reminds me of Haley's poem. Up and down we go till we come to a stop. The quietness brings peace and the colors just pop. That's fun. That is a fun poem.
Yeah, that is fun. I like the style, light-hearted. It's a good one. Continue and polish your styles, whatever. So, yeah, I like it. The way you write is simple, expressive. It's pretty funny. Yeah, that one's pretty funny. Okay, Esther, let's see. Look at yours. Oh, that's very short.
I know, I didn't
Much,
have
much
much
short,
time.
Everybody like Texas, man. So.
Yeah, that's what everyone did besides Noah.
Well, he told us to
Oh.
pick something or something.
Yeah.
Wow, Esther is very profound, man. So Texas. This is a place I took my first breath. Wow. My spirit, my soul is all began here. That is very, very good. I like it. In the hot, humid air, I spent my first years. I learned to swim, to walk, even to talk. Austin, Texas is where my life began. I think you can get rid of the last one. That sentence. That's like a yeah. It's Texas is where my life began. Forget about Austin. Like you know, it's a poem, right? It's Texas, you know, in general.
Yeah.
So it started with Texas, where my life began. So it's repeating there. So yeah. Anyway, that's good, short, sweet, but evidently everybody write it in a rush. But that's good point. You know, in a rush, write a beautiful poem is good to suit your language skill. Yeah.
Do you mind if I read mine first?
No, I'm
Hey.
gonna read.
He's reading it first. He read ours first.
I'm gonna read the comment and move on. So. Poem text. Everybody write in Texas. Okay. From the burning sun. No, you read.
From the burning sun to the pouring rain, in Texas state, I find no strain. People to enjoy, happiness to create, places to go, memories to make. It was here my life begun, and here it will be. It was here it sprouted, that so carefully planted seed. I will always love it, this dear Texas, from the tallest longhorn to the vibrant blue bonnet, from the humid air to the last stone upon it.
Wow, that's really good. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I like that one.
Huh? Guys, what do you think? Let
I
me
like it.
read again. From the burning sun to the pouring rain. In Texas state, I found no strain. What does strain means here?
Strain means no, like holding back or
No.
distress.
People to enjoy, happiness to create, places to go, memory to make. Oh, wow. Nice one. It was here my life began, and here would it be. It was here it sprouted, and so carefully planted a seed. Oh. Bee and seed. Did that try to rhyme there?
Yeah.
Always loud it. So that's repeated, right? So is this supposed to be too loud there or what?
Whoa.
That's okay.
I didn't even know that
That's okay.
happened.
Oh, I
That's
didn't
okay.
even say
Yeah.
it. I don't even read it.
That's weird. Like I like to totally skip it.
Always allow it. This is dear Texas. From the tallest longhorn to the vibrant blue bonnet. From see you typed it wrong, right? So from, not the form. From the humid air to the last stone upon it. Oh, I like the one. This is really good. Upon it with bonnet. That's really good play words there. So, well, can be polished for sure, but for now it will do. Actually, I really like it. I like the imagery. The word are called conjure together. It's not in wrong context. Okay, we should bring together
Yeah.
myself, and it's really beautiful. Now, let's read some Shakespearean sonnet. So,
Well, it's not a sonnet, but
it's not sonnet. Okay. So, what is the title? No title for this?
no, it doesn't have a
Okay.
title. Yet, I guess.
No title by Noah Kinsey.
No title.
No
Untitled.
Untitled, yes. If I, in my imagination, allow to lean your likeness to means to depict or describe. Offer does love this old oration, vigorous waxing and voice in kindness. Enough is never enough except you be with me. Yearning yields but a useful fruit, immatured, our oath unspoken, ordained in patient day. Until amassed, urgent truth leaves my heart assured. Oh wow, that's a loud poem. Oh, great. You can't attach too much to a living loud poem, okay? So, that's great, I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, I don't want to comment too much on your guys' poems. You can take time to polish it. So, let's read some standard poems
Let me
from
grab
this
that
book.
book.
Yes. I'm not too sure what the time period we were in, and remind well. I think we are going to page 77 of my book, and the Marvel.
Yeah, we were reading on, I think it was,
Annie Bradstreet, am I right? So yeah.
wait,
So it's
something I thought we were doing inland. But never
yeah
On,
with this with Kendra visiting. That's not normal reading.
Yeah.
However, let's back to the reading of poems. Let me comment your poems, okay? Evidently, you don't have a lot of time, not settled down, but each one has done your homework. That is more important to me than anything else. Also, each one has expressed your their time frame. You can feel the masterful language, right? So you guys done a good job in mastering the language. I'm very impressed by it. So each one the poems you wrote were beautiful. So I'm already impressed by Esther's poem actually. So here is I'm born, my spirit, my soul. That's very simple statements, but it's very profound. There's sublime beauty, simplicity, right? Sometimes can be so. All your poems are really good. So. Well, let's read Andrew Marvell in page 77 and read the introduction section. Andrew Marvell, 1621 to 1678, was born in Holderness, Yorkshire, England, the son of a minister, and grew in Hull. He was sent to Trinity College, Cambridge, at the age of 12, earned a BA in 1839, that's 17 years old. After both his parents died, Marvell traveled to Europe for 4 years, learning languages, supposedly avoiding the Civil War and home. He works as a tutor for the children of influential politicians through the 1650s. Then was appointed Latin Secretary to the Council of State, a post previously held by his friend John Melton. Okay. 2 years later, in 1656, Marvell was elected to Parliament representing Hull, and remained so until his death. He used his official influence to have Melton freed from imprisonment due to his outspoken and poetic support of Cromwell. Who's Cromwell? Who knows Cromwell? Okay.
Oliver Cromwell.
Oliver Cromwell is the leader of the Parliament force, right, in the Civil War. Okay. Marvell visited many European countries, often on diplomatic business, and is thought to have taken part in several espionage. What is the word?
Espionage.
Espionage missions. His sharp political satires were well known. Many were so racy that he had to publish them anonymously. So his lyric poetry, including such classics as To His Coy Mistress and Upon Appleton Horse, went virtually unnoticed for centuries. He died suddenly for furor. So we're gonna read the first one. Noam, you go ahead.
The definition of love. My love is of a birth as rare as 'tis for object, strange and high. It was begotten by despair upon impossibility. Magnanimous despair alone could show me so divine a thing, where feeble hope could ne'er have flown.
Overwhelming, whatever.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
But vainly flapped its tinsel wing. And yet I quickly might arrive where my extended soul is fixed, but fate does iron wedges drive, and always crowds itself betwixt. For fate with jealous eye does see two perfect loves, nor lets them close. Their union would her ruin be, and her tyrannic power dispose. And therefore her decrees of steel, us as the distant poles have placed, though love's whole world on us doth wheel, not by themselves to be embraced, unless the giddy heaven fall, and earth some new convulsion tear, and us to join, the world should all be cramped into the planisphere, or a flat sphere. As lines, so loves oblique may well themselves in every angle greet, but ours so truly parallel, though infinite, can never meet. Therefore the love which us doth bind, but fate so enviously debars.
That's great lines, like using math and right, so whatever. So that's interesting because that is a notion many talk about, but it's so
What are you-
early, right? So
What are you talking about?
the second last paragraph as a line. So
Oh yes,
allows-
yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah, the analogy is so
Geometry.
well used, but can you believe he used it so early, so inventively?
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So, any comments
I
on
think there's
this?
another one.
Yeah, I
There's
was
still a
almost
little more
finished.
to it up here.
Still more. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
So I'll read the last part again. Therefore the love which us doth bind, but fate so enviously debars, is the conjunction of the mind in opposition of the stars.
No, basically talking love. So, Elijah, can you read the? Wow, that's a long one. But yeah, read the next one. Then we're gonna move on to the next poet.
How vainly men themselves amaze to win the palm, the oak or bays. In their incessant labors see, crowned from some single herb or tree, whose short and narrow verge shade does prudently their souls, their toils unbraid.
Upbraid, yes, indeed.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing, Mr. Thorson?
Well, I'm thrilled to be able to come over here.
Yay! Good.
You know, if I go
Continue, it's okay.
not like the techie guy and
Yeah.
While all the flowers and all the trees do close to weave the garlands of repose.
What are garlands? Anybody know garlands? I mean,
Like a string of something that kind
Show you here, so there are 840 photos.
Fair quiet, I have found thee there,
And so what,
the innocence
what
thy
we're
sister
gonna do
dear.
is they put them in these little boxes.
Mistaken long,
Like this.
I sought you
So
then,
it's,
in
each
busy
photo is
companions,
5 copies of
companies
the
of men.
So that way you can sift through those. The
Your
original
your
slides
sacred
feature in
plants,
your boxes, and then
if here
along with the flash
below,
drive, it has the images
only
on
among the
as well.
plants will
So
grow.
that way, if you ever-
Society
ever
is all
need
but
any
rude
more, copies printed
to
or
this
anything like
delicious
that, they're all on
solitude.
flash drive.
that's beautiful. Huh?
No white nor red has ever seen so
The total that- the
amorous
Walgreens was
this
gonna charge
as this lovely green.
reflect on the
What is
receipt.
amorous?
But,
Somebody-
they had a nice coupon that,
It's like a very soulish love.
Is that right?
Amorous, yeah.
Oh, amorous.
It's like
Amorous.
having very intense, passionate feelings for someone.
Ah.
And a more loving.
Okay.
Fond lovers,
But soulish, huh?
Yeah, it is
Okay.
more of a soulish.
Soulish. Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
fond lovers, cruel as their flame, cut in these trees their mistress' name. Little, alas, they know or heed
Yes.
how far these beauties her exceed. Fair trees, whose ever your barks I wound,
Yeah, definitely.
no name shall but your own be found. Then, when we have run our passion's heart, love hither make
Passions.
heat. Love hither makes his best retreat. The gods that mortal betrayed, beauty chase, still in a tree did in their race. Apollo hunted dolphin still.
Yeah, you gotta know what this means. Obviously not. Yeah. Dolphin. Dolphin Apollos. Let's look at this. In 28, there is a note, footnote said, in the tree did they end the race.
Right around this time of year.
When the god Apollos pursued Neem, is that right?
Yeah.
Named Dolphin to ravish her, she was changed into a laurel tree. Oh, that's a laurel tree. Okay.
For it. We don't normally do any printing.
Only that she might a laurel grow and Pandadaphor's Syrinx speed, not as a symph, but for a reed. What a wondrous life is this I led.
Yes, we do. Yes, we can.
Ripe
So we can
apples
pretty much
drop about my head.
and put it
The luscious clusters of vine upon my mouth crush their wine. The nectarine and curious peach into my hands themselves do reach. Stumbling on melons as I pass, and serried with flowers, I fall on grass. Meanwhile, the land from pleasureless, the mind from pleasureless, withdraws into happiness. The mind, that ocean, where each kind does straight its own resemblance find.
Yes, sir.
Yet it creates, transcending these, far other worlds and other seas, and
Right, you bet.
annihilating all that's made
Means totally
to a green
destroyed.
thought and a green shade.
Recall information is simply.
There, here at the fountain's sliding foot,
Oh, goodness.
or at some spruce tree mossy root,
Take care.
casting
See you
the
later.
body's vest aside, my soul into the boughs does glide. There, like a bird, it sits and sings, when wets and comes its silver wings, and then till prepared for longer flight, waves in its plumes the various light.
The plums, huh? Talking different fruits, huh?
That's plum?
No, those are
Plums.
plumes, I think.
Plums, okay. You ever eat that? You know?
Plums.
Plums.
Not plums the fruit, but plumes having to do with
Ah.
feathers, you know?
It's the feathers. Okay. See, my English is so poor.
That's
Unbelievable. Okay.
Such was that happy garden state, while man there walked without a mate. After a place so pure and sweet, that other could yet be,
Other
other help could yet be meet? But 'twas beyond a mortal's share to wander solitary there. To paradises 'twere in one, to live in paradise alone. How well the skillful gardener drew of flowers and herbs the style knew, where from above the milder sun does throughout a fragrant zodiac run.
That's a difficult poem. The last paragraph on the other page.
And as it worketh, industrious bee computes its time as well as we.
Okay, that's interesting, huh? To use that word computes. Those early days.
How could such sweet and wholesome hours be reckoned but with herbs and flowers?
Huh. It's an interesting poem. Let's read the last one. The next one. No, the last one. They're gonna be Harry Vaughan, born in Bracknellshire, Wales. Henry Vaughan, 1622 to 95, was the son of Welsh gentleman. His twin brother entered the Jesus College, Oxford, at the age of 16. While his brother finished his degree, Thomas Walk later became a distinguished philosopher fascinated with magic, mysticism, and alchemy. Henry quit his study to pursue a career in law. After some time in London, he returned to Wales at the start of the Civil War in 1642. He served a short stint as a clerk to a Chief Justice, and reportedly it is to fight for the Royalists. He began publishing his poems, which large considered for translations and religious works during the 1640s. In 1646, Vaughan married Catherine Wise, with whom he had a son and 3 daughters. His wife subsequently died, as did Vaughan's twin, and Vaughan married her younger sister in 1655. He also had a son and 3 daughters. Vaughan developed a strong religious faith after reading George Herbert and published Select Scintillings in 1650 and 55. The selection here come from that visionary work. Although there is no known record of a medical degree, Vaughan practiced medicine for much of his later life. He died in Wales. That's interesting. Okay, so Naomi, I want you to read the world.
The world. Okay. I saw eternity the other night, like a great ring of pure and endless light, all calm as it was bright, and round beneath it time and hours, days, years, driven by the spheres, like a vast shadow moved in which the world and all her train were hurled. The doubting lover in his
Doting, I think.
doting lover in his, how do you say that?
Quietest strain.
Quietest strain did there complain. Near him his lute, his fancy, and his flights, wit's sour delights. With the gloves and knots, the silly snares of pleasure, yet his dear treasure, all scatteredly lay, while his eyes did pour upon a flower.
Well, I had no idea what he's talking about, actually, honestly.
The dark
Beautiful words.
The darksome statesman hung with ways and woe, like a thick midnight fog moved there so slow. He did nor stay nor go, condemning thoughts, like sad eclipses, scowl upon his soul, and clouds of crying witness without pursued him with one shout. It digged the mole, and lest his ways be found, work it underground, where he did clutch his prey, but one did see that policy. Churches and altars fed him perjuries, were gnats and flies. Excuse me. It rained about him, blood and tears, but he drank them as free. What?
Drank, basically.
The fearful miser on a heap of rust, sick, pinning all his life there, did scarce trust his own hands with the dust.
Do you understand what you're reading? Kind of. That's good, because I don't. So, Noah, do you have a hint for me? Do you know what he's talking about?
I think he might be even talking about Cromwell. I don't know. Because he's living in the time of the Civil War. And he seems to be talking about a statesman.
I don't think he has anything to do with that Civil War. He's talking about the Welsh War. Welsh War is different war, so.
Well, he is talking about someone that's some tyrannical figure, I think. I really don't know.
Okay, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. He's talking about the Cromwell, somebody.
Possibly.
Yeah. The world. He was not fond of Cromwell. He was a royalist.
He was a royalist, yeah.
Yeah. Continue, please. I'm so sorry.
yet would not place our peace above, but lives in fears
Yeah, in fear
of
of
thieves. Why
thieves.
is there an E at the end of that?
Because he's spelling things in an old English way.
Because of Wilson.
In fear of thieves.
Wills, man.
Thousands they were, as frantic as himself, and hugged each one as pelf.
What does that word means, man?
The downright
Epicure.
Epicure placed heaven in sense, and scorned
It's called pretense.
pretense, while others slipped into a wide
Excess.
excess, said little less.
That's very interesting.
The weaker sort slight, trivial wares enslave, who think them brave, and poor despise truth stake counting by their victory. Yet some who all this while did weep and sing and weep, soared up into the ring. But most would use no wing. O fools, said I, thus to prefer dark night before true light, to live in groats and caves and hate the day, because it chews the way which from this dead and dark abode leads up to God. A way where you might tread the sun and be more bright than he. But as I did their badness so discuss. One whispered thus, this ring and bridegroom did for none provide, but for his bride. All that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and thus of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is one of the world. And the world passeth away, and lusts thereof. But he that doth the will of God
I would like to read it so I can understand it. So maybe have Noah comment on this one today. So, the world. I saw eternity the other night, like great rain appeared, endless light, all calm, and it was bright.
Certainly, let me double check to see what
Around the
Give me
benefit,
1 second.
time in hours, days, years, driving by the spheres, like one shadow moved, in which the world and all her train were hurled. The doting lover is quiescentest,
I think he's trying to say quietest, but he just said quietest.
quietest stream, did I complain? Near him is a lute, is a fancy, and is a flights, with sore delights, with gloves and nuts, the silly snares of pleasure, it is dear treasure. All scattered lay while his eyes did pull
Our 10 sites right
upon
now are
a
$20 a
flower.
night, and after tax that comes out to $22.10.
The darksome statesman hung with weeds and the wood.
That's fine.
Like a
That's not
thick,
problem at all. We
mean
do
nine
have
fog
specific
moved
10
there
sites,
so slow,
we would have to have
he did not stay all
camp
day.
at our upper 4 sites.
Condemning
are not,
thoughts,
cars
like
to
sand
rent, but
eclipses,
our lower 3 sites are.
scroll upon his soul, and clouds of crying witnesses without pursued him with one shot.
Sure, that sounds great. Our office is open
Yet
until
dig
9
the
p.m.
more,
and you're welcome
unless his
to,
way be
book
found
online
to
on
work
our
was
website,
on the
or
ground,
meet us here at the front desk.
where he did
We'll have somebody back there, around
clench
2:30.
his prey, but when did he see them policy?
You bet. Have a great day. Bye now.
Okay, churches, the altars feed him, perjuries were gnats and flies. Rained about him blood tears, but he drank them as a free. The fearful miser on the heaped rust, sat pining on his life there, did scarce trust his own hand with the dust. Well, I better spare you guys the rest because I still don't understand it. So, explain.
This poem would probably require some historical background because he's either writing about a historical instance like I had first assumed with Oliver Cromwell, or he could also be talking about something far more spiritual, or it could be a mix of the two.
Yeah, I think this was selection from some storybooks, Sigling, Sintling. So, oh man, it's hard one. So, okay, let's move on to the next. We're going to done with this author. So, Esther, can you read the next one called "The Peace"? I like the title on this.
Peace. My soul bears a country far beyond the stars, where stands a winged sentry, all skillful in the wars. There, above the noise and danger, sweet peace sits crowned with smiles. And one born in a manger commands the beauteous files.
Yes, I took care of it.
He is thy gracious friend, and, O my soul awake, did in pure love descend, to die here for thy sake. If thou canst get but
Thither.
There grows the flower of peace, the rose that cannot wither, thy fortress and thy ease. Leave them, thy foolish ranges, for none can thee secure, but one who never changes, thy God, thy life, thy cure.
That's a beautiful one. What do you think? What do you think, Esther? What do you think?
I like that one.
Okay. Now, know what it means, a winged sentry, the third sentence, sentry, what that means.
So I think it's talking about. So I think the phrase or the verse that he's referring to is Jesus as the Prince of Peace. So he's both a figure of peace, but he's also the Prince of Peace. So he's giving the connotation of the fact that this figure of peace, which is Jesus, is a prince. So he is in that way a sentry, skillful in the wars.
Oh,
as
it's
a commander.
like a commander, okay.
But nonetheless, he is above the noise and danger. And he is basically the source of our salvation. As both a commander in war, but also a ruler of a people, to bring them from a life of death to one of life.
Yeah. Would you like to read the last one, "The all gone into the world of light," and we finish
Sure.
today? Yeah.
They are all gone to the world of light, and I alone sit lingering here. Their very memory is fair and bright, and my sad thoughts doth clear. It glows and glitters in my cloudy breast, like stars upon some gloomy grove, or those faint beams in which this hill is dressed, after the sun's remove. I see them walking in an air of glory, whose light doth trample on my days which are at best but dull and hoary, mere glimmering and decays. O holy hope and high humility, high as the heavens above, these are your walks, and you have showed them me, to kindle my cold love. Dear beauteous death, the jewel of the just, shining nowhere but in the dark, what mysteries do lie beyond thy dust? Could man outlook that mark? He that hath found some fledged bird's nest may know, at first sight, if the bird be flown. But what fair well or grove he sings in now, that is to him unknown. And yet, as angels in some brighter dreams call to the soul when man doth sleep, so some strange thoughts transcend our wonted themes, and into glory peep. If a star were confined into a tomb, her captive flames must needs burn there. But when the hand that locked her up gives room, she'll shine through all the sphere. O Father of eternal life and all created glories under thee, resume thy spirit from this world of thrall into true liberty. Either disperse these mists which blot and fill my perspective still as they pass, or else remove me hence unto that hill where I shall need no glass.
That is a beautiful, powerful poem, actually. So
Yeah.
I like it. Well, I hope it will cheer you up a little bit or drain you out a little bit more. So, whichever is good for me. So, well, thank you for the time, guys.
thank
Okay,
you.
so yeah. We wrap it up. Get something to eat.